hello, and happy Thursday. Welcome to a very special edition of In the Loop. My name is Winnie Sun, a longtime financial pro, CNBC, FA Council member, Forbes contributor, and host of Level Up, which can be found on NASDAQ and Amazon Fire, to name a few. And of course, we are live today on whatever platform you're joining us on. I wanted to also give a special plug because we are going live on Amazon Live today, which is such a treat. But joining me, who I'm honestly so excited to see each and every week, is the one and only, my amazing co-host, Greg Nibbler. Greg, welcome to the show.
Hello, Winnie. I feel the same way. And thank you. Yes, to everybody who's joining us, wherever you're watching, whatever platform. There's a ton of them that we're on. And so thanks for being a part of it. I'm Greg Nibbler. In case you don't know who I am, I've been a tech journalist for about 12 years. I've worked in the NBA, worked all kinds of different entertainment positions and hosting things. But tech is really what I love. And that's what I'm going to be kind of covering on this show. But this is interactive. I want to hear your thoughts, your feedback. And this is a special show today. It's a Tuesday. So thanks for joining us instead of our normal Thursday show. We appreciate that. But we want to know what you think as we go through. So make sure you drop in your comments on whatever platform that is. And we're going to be talking about some back to school tech, back to school products. I don't want to spoil anything, but Winnie has something awesome that she's going to be showing later on. That's all I'm going to say. So you want to stick around for that, but there's a lot of cool stuff in between. And Winnie, I know you always want to kick us off here with telling us how the financial world is going and everything associated with that.
Greg, I'm really excited that you're here. First off, I want to tell you, I always love seeing you because you're my buddy. But not only that, I'm actually getting a chance to I feel like share something really cool techie-wise with you and everybody else who's watching. But you're right. Let's start with the market because you want to know how the market closed at least. So you know how your money's doing. So Dow closed up 162 points, my friends. The NASDAQ closed down, unfortunately, 72, which I know Greg probably isn't happy because that's tech heavy, right? And the S&P, though, was up a measly 4 points, but we'll take it because it's positive. Now, the Senate today passed a $1 trillion infrastructure package. So now it will head to the House of Representatives for approval. And the plan includes funding to improve the nation's roads, bridges, and whatnot. And another $550 billion of that package is going to be spent on things like transportation and broadband. So this proposal expects to give the U.S. economy a boost following the pandemic. But before that, let's talk about back to school, right? So back to school, like Brett mentioned, is upon us. And for this year, I think it's safe to say that this is a pretty unique back to school. Those of you who are parents like myself, it's a little nerve-wracking, right? It's not like we couldn't just go out and buy crayons and stickers and fun things like that, backpacks and stuff like that. This year is all about the PPE. And so this year, parents are definitely spending more money. In fact, the National Retail Federation, the NRF, estimates that back to school shopping for K through 12 as well as college is going to reach, Greg, guess, this is such a huge number. $108 billion is how big this is. It's actually the second biggest shopping season, second only to our annual end of the year holiday shopping season.
That is a lot of money. And I will say, I don't have to contribute to that as far as spending any of that, but 108 billion, since I don't have kids, but 108 billion, that is so much money. I mean, and I guess, I don't know if that's an average one or that seems like it's a lot more than normal.
I think it's this year they're expecting to set new records. I think this year, definitely they're spending a lot more. And Greg, I know even without kids, right? This is usually a big time. I remember even before I had kids, I knew this was the best time to go and hit stores for like office supplies and erasers and, those types of things that we need, even if you are just going back to work. But there's some areas like Hawaii where, kids are already back in school, but there's other places like here in Southern California, we're going to be heading back probably sometime next week. But no matter, if your kids are going back to school or you're heading back to work or, if you're doing something virtual, there's really a laundry list of things that our kids need. And I know like Curtis, who's our creative director, going back to college, there's a lot of supplies and things that they need as well. But I think one of the things that makes this year so unique and a big part of a lot of our back to school budget is going to be spent on PPE, which is, something that we haven't experienced in the past.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every day is a unique day compared to the last, especially with these last couple of years. But yeah, PPE is going to be So important. I know you've got some things we're going to be talking about in association with that too, that really can apply to everybody, but definitely for kids going back too. And I kind of, taking what you were talking about, I was working on some back to school tech products that I feel like could be applicable to anybody, whether it's kids who, everything's uncertain, whether it's going to go back to a hybrid situation or whether they're going to be working from home or partial or however that works out. And also for everybody out there who is still working from home, and I know that's a lot of people, just going through some basic kind of tech things that you can pick up right now that are some good deals that could kind of help you out. So Winnie, if you want, I can kind of go through what some of those are right now.
Absolutely. We love that. And by the way, I want to tell everybody too, we are actually streaming live on Amazon Live. So definitely check us out there. And we're sharing all these things that we're talking about today. A lot of the things that we're talking about, I should say, we're going to be sharing on that page as well. We'll make sure to get that link shared to all of you as well. So if you want to open up, I actually, you see, we just shared in comments. What you might want to do is open up a second window of where you're watching us now so that you can actually see some of the things that Greg and I are going to be talking about. So I don't know, Greg, I'm really excited. It should be a lot of fun. And by the way, I want to say a quick hello to Suzanne Brown on LinkedIn. And I see Modern Mom is joining us on multiple channels. And we see Robin Stevens as well. It's wonderful to see you. And she's joining us on Twitter Live. Sadiq is joining us on LinkedIn as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And as Greg says, we want to hear from you. Greg, what do we got?
Yeah, sincerely. So whatever you want to say, comment. If you have questions, suggestions, please drop those in on whatever platform. But to start off, talking about, just this idea of working or going to school mobily, some key things that I think can maybe upgrade if you haven't gone down this route yet. And they don't have to be super expensive either. It kind of depends on what you want to do. But the first one I wanted to bring up is getting a good webcam. By now, we're all used to seeing somebody, whether it's a coworker or a student or a teacher, and they have a terrible camera that it makes it really hard to see them. And there's a quick way that you can kind of upgrade those. And I want to take a look at the Logitech line of webcams. And this one right here in particular is a good way to just make a quick upgrade to what you're already doing. It plugs in. This is the Logitech C270. So it's kind of on the lower end of the Logitech spectrum, but they're good. So Logitech they were doing this before the pandemic, but they really have some solid webcams that you can use for a lot of different things. The C270 right now, I think it's about $25 actually on Amazon. So it's not a crazy amount. Yeah. And that will upgrade what you're using a lot of times over what your webcam is already. And this is, again, for going to school or for work or for meetings or for job interviews or whatever it is you're doing. This line I find to be a really good value for what you're getting. You can go all the way up. There's a C920. I've got some of those too. And I even do some professional broadcasts with those. So there's some really good quality stuff that you can get out of those. But that, I think, is something, if you haven't gone down that road yet, it's well worth it just to give it that extra pop and give it that extra, look that you can get with a good webcam based off of, sometimes your laptop's good, but this, you can also balance it. You could put it up on a stand if you wanted to really get like the good angle. So you're not, shooting up at your chin or anything like that. So I would suggest that as a good starting point to get a good webcam.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Greg. And I see on Amazon right now it's on sale, 38% off. So as a financial advisor, a financial person, I like discounts. So that's good. And so if you want to know what we're talking about, we've shared the link. We are on Amazon Live, so you can take a look at it. I would just suggest opening up a window and sticking that up. And that way you can definitely still continue to send us comments, but then you can also see what we're talking about at the same time. Love that. Okay, great. And I see some friends already joining us on Amazon Live. So it's great to have you there with us. Okay, great. Yeah. I love that. That Logitech camera is great. I think, especially since it's simple, and I love how there's a green light because that way your kids know when it's on too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very easy to use. It's plug and play, not too hard on that. So you've got that. You've got a good camera. Another thing, right, is sound, your microphone. Yeah. And a lot of people just use the microphone that's on your laptop, but it gets muffled, or say you're picking up a bunch of noise in the background because probably everybody's has a busy life. You got a dog barking or another kid, or there's something going on, and that can really interfere with what's going on. So I would suggest picking up a condenser microphone. And the one I highlighted here is the Samsung. So this is Samsung. Make sure you know that, not Samsung, Samson. And they're a longtime maker of these really easy plug and play microphones. And this one, there's a bunch of them that are out there, but this is one that I kind of like a lot. And as you can see, it folds down really easy. You can, so it's cool. Super compact. You can stuff this in a backpack if you want. And this is the Samsung Meteor. So the Meteors in particular with this one, but since it's a condenser mic, and not to go too far into that, the way it works is it'll pick up what's right in front of it, but it'll kind of muffle a lot of that background noise that's going on. So really it's going to be aiming to you, to the person who's speaking. And so your voice is going to be nice and clear. It's not going to pick up the rustling or whatever is going on around you. So that's kind of a good way also to make that sound just a little bit better. You know, whether it's a kid going to school, whether it's you're doing a job interview or you're having meetings, just to make yourself sound that much better, I definitely would recommend picking up one of these. And there's some other brands too that are kind of along this line. Samsung just being one that's kind of a known brand. They've been doing this for a long time. Also, they've got a headphone jack on there, so you can even plug directly in and monitor how your voice is. So you can kind of control it from there too. And it looks kind of cool. I kind of like the look of this.
It's really cool.
Personally.
I really like, and how it folds. I mean, that's a big deal, Greg, because I know a lot of times, especially, you got to get a stand for your microphone, and then that's another additional expense, but it's all in one, which is really cool, especially if, let's say, for example, you're going somewhere on a road trip, right? You got to take your setup, then it all comes in one neat package. So that's pretty cool. And I see it's highly rated on Amazon, and it's about $65, which is good if you're going to, you're going to use this for a long time. As Greg and I will attest, I mean, we both use currently for our professional purposes, the Shure, which of course is not an inexpensive microphone, but if you buy a good microphone, it's something that you won't have to replace day in and day out, which is very financially smart.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Definitely. And you take care of this thing, it'll last for quite a long time. And it works across any platforms, whether it's Mac, PC, whatever you're using. And just the idea that you can fold it up and it's so neat and small and you can carry it with you. You don't have a big bulky stand. Yeah, that's kind of why I really like this one. So I think
you're channeling it because it's kind of got that Star Wars thing going on.
That's it. Yeah, I like the look of it.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
So the Samsung Meteor there, or there's some other condenser mics too that I mentioned that are out there, but that's one certainly that I would recommend picking that up. Yeah, they got a few different colors on there too, so you can kind of mix and match what somebody wants.
Robin says it looks like a cute robot, and you're right, super cute.
So that's So there we go. So that's the Samsung.
You're channeling the cuteness today. I'm loving it. This is great.
Well, looking at it, going from there to just some other recommendations. Everybody needs to upgrade their laptops or their Chromebooks or their tablets. And I know Chromebooks are certainly popular for a number of different reasons, but definitely for school. So there's several ones out there, but I took a look at this one. This is pretty highly rated. It's the Lenovo Chromebook Duet. And it's Duet because it's multifunctional. You can use it as a tablet or as that standard kind of Chromebook look, which I like the idea that you get two things out of it. You can really, depending on how you want to adapt and how you want to work, and if you're on the go or wherever you're at, you can adapt it to that. It boots up in under 10 seconds. So it boots up real quick.
That's quick.
Right? That's really great. It's got the touch screen. It's got pen support, so you can use a stylus with it. And you can use it, as a tablet or a laptop, depending on what you want. So it's
10-hour battery too. That's awesome.
Yeah, right. So a great battery life, which is also something, as we all know, is really important depending on where you're at or what you're doing. And right now, this one does have a special deal. So it's a free 12-month Google One membership that includes 100 gigs of storage if you pick it up right now, as the deal is. So that's always another great way too. You just get that cloud storage. All your stuff is safe. You can throw everything on there. And the free 12-month, that's kind of a nice bonus just to add on to it. But yeah, that's the 2-in-1 Chromebook. That's again the Lenovo Chromebook Duet. And right now that one's $250. But again, you'll get some good life out of it. You can use it for a lot of different things. That's some pretty good savings right now too. So also it's on sale. So I think it was like $55. I was just double checking it right there that you're saving on it right now, somewhere around there. So certainly a good deal to pick up.
Greg,
good display. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this: is typically back to school time a good time to pick up laptops or computers in general? I've heard a lot of parents ask this.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're going for. There are definitely some good deals right around now. So if you're looking for something, especially around like that Chromebook style, you're going to find a lot of good deals. It also depends. Sometimes the spring can be another one, or just after CES when other laptops come out. But right now is certainly there's some good deals because, like you said, this is a huge buying time. I mean, Black Friday, another good one. Prime Day, another good one. But right now, there's still some really good deals to have out there. And just like this one with, whatever the savings was on that, it was definitely some savings. So yeah, I think now is a good time if you're looking to upgrade what you already have.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a great tip. Especially since, it's always good to have like something that the kids enjoy using. And most importantly, it's so portable. So even little kids can carry that thing around.
Yep. Exactly. Great. Yeah. So you can use it for anything and any age can get a good use out of this. I mean, I would get a good use out of this. I mean, it's a solid.
Greg wants one.
Yeah, I kind of do actually.
Greg's going back to school.
Yeah, I'm going back. So there's a lot that you could do with that one. So there you go. So there's another laptop and a couple other things I wanted to highlight too. Just some different tech products. And I want to remind everybody also, we're live. We're on Amazon right now, but you can always get a hold of us afterward if you have some specific questions or you want recommendations on another kind of product. Hit me up anytime. Happy to help guide you on that. But the next one, particularly talking about kids, and especially when there's a lot of time at home, is the Amazon Echo Dot for kids, the kids edition of it. And I feel like some people may not be aware of these versions. I mean, definitely as you take a look. Right? Yeah. And I know that you have some experience with these too.
Yes, we have the Panda one right there that you're showing.
Nice. Yeah. They're definitely
so cute.
Set up, they look good for the kids are going to like that. You got a Panda. I think there's a Tiger. There might be another one too. And
there's a Tiger one, and Greg, you're gonna love this because there's actually a Star Wars right now one that has Yoda ears on it right now. I did put it on the list, so if you're joining us on Amazon Live,
yes,
you can actually see this on our list. But I was like, Greg is gonna love this. But just for you to know, I mean, they're not only cute, but they're really functional. And I want to tell parents out there, if you're going to get one of these smart devices, this is the one I would recommend. And I'll tell you why. Because when you ask it questions, you ask what is this or what, they're going to give you a approved child answer, which I really like. Plus, if you say, play me music, Alexa, or I think Greg told us we could rename our Alexa Ziggy, they will play you kid music. And then if you say, tell me a story, like right before nighttime, before they're going to go to sleep, tell me a story. They're going to say a kid's story. So I like those provisions built in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And, and there's a bunch of other kid-friendly stuff that's on there too. And I know if you get the newer generation right now, you'll get a year subscription of Kids Plus from Amazon, which has a bunch of Audible books and different games and things you can play. So another added bonus in there for it. And honestly, Echo Dot, their line generally, even if you buy the 4th generation right now and say the 5th generation comes out later on, you're usually going to get all the upgrades that come with everything anyway, as far as the software side. So it's a good investment that'll last a while. And that one, I see right now, $48, I believe, is what it is. And those prices change sometimes. So check on Amazon, as we're talking about it, but certainly not too bad. And you'll get a lot of good use out of those things. So,
I feel like, Greg, you're going to get one, even though you're not a kid, because it's got the Star Wars Yoda thingy going on there.
There's Yoda on there. Match that with the robot microphone.
Maybe I'll send you one, Greg.
Yeah. It'll tell me a story before I go to bed.
You can take it camping with you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Sadiq is saying, "May the force be with you." Alexa, nice. Thank you so much. Sadiq, that is so true. And I'm actually seeing on Amazon people saying people are loving this new mic, by the way. And Freddie on Amazon Live is saying, "May peace be with you." Awesome. We love it.
So another good pickup for
Vicky wants one too.
Yeah. See, so it's good for all ages. It's not just for kids, even though it says that.
Yeah, and Vicky, you got to jump on Amazon Live with us right now because we're going live. This is one of the few times we're going on Amazon Live. We're very excited about this new platform. Yeah. And actually, you can see all the things that Greg is talking about. They're on this list. And there's a lot of other things on this list that we're going to get to, too. So it's going to be a treat. So thank you, Vicky, for jumping in.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff on there to try out and check out. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. But you can take a look at all these products and see if it's one that you want. You can even look at the different versions of these because there's different versions of the cameras, different versions of the microphone as well. So you can kind of scroll through there and take a look at them. This last one here I wanted to mention before we talk about what I know you have. This is something really cool that I think applies to everybody, but definitely for kids too. And it's the Philips Go Zero water bottle. It is a smart water bottle, basically. I mean, smart may be stretching it a bit, but it's a self-cleaning water bottle.
That's
so
cool.
This particular right now, it's like, check this thing out. It's got a UVC LED on it that when you press it, it will actually completely use the UV to sterilize the water. They said that it eliminates up to 99.99%, 999%, excuse me, bacteria and 99.9% of viruses. So, you know, you've got your water bottle, you're using it all the time. How often do we all really wash these things? I mean, I won't even tell you how long I've gone. So this is certainly something that I could use. And it'll also, you can do it to sterilize it by yourself by pressing the button, or it can also automatically do it too. So it's a pretty cool little gadget that really helps out. They said, you know, say if you're on the go and you get water from somewhere and then maybe it doesn't smell as good as you want, it will even eliminate odors. So it's really a cool little product to pick
And look
up.
at the colors that comes. Look at Amazon, all these different colors too.
Different colors, different sizes too.
That teal is pretty. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a, you know, different sizes depending on how big you want it. It doesn't weigh much. It's 1.3 pounds. So it's really a cool product that I think. You can also set it so it'll activate every 2 hours and just automatically do it. Or you can, you know, like they're showing right there, you can press the button and have it do it itself. But definitely,
Greg, can we take this on a plane? I'm wondering.
Well, you could, yes, as long as it doesn't have water in it first. I think you're pretty good to take it on a plane. Yeah, that's another great thing though for traveling. And taking it along with you. So, or camping. Say you're going camping.
There you go, Greg. There you go. Because you know you're going to need water when you're going camping.
Exactly.
And you don't have to worry about like washing it. That's really cool. This is definitely on my list. On my back to school mommy list.
Well, this is on my just everything list. Actually, when I was researching this, I'm like, yeah, I'm picking that up. So I'm buying that myself today off of Amazon Live.
Greg, we're buying this
in
bulk. I love it. I love it. Robin, thank you so much for joining us on Twitter Live. Awesome. Vicky's asking, does water stay ice cold? I think that the concept isn't that it's staying cold, but I'm sure if you put ice in it, it will stay cold because it looks like it's really nicely insulated there. But I think what makes it cool, smart, I should say, right, is the UV self-cleaning feature, which is a big deal right now, Greg.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it does. I will say, as far as the cold, it actually will keep stuff hot as well. So it's got like this double vacuum seal on it that they say will last 12 hours. You know, those always subjective a little bit right there, but they're saying, 12 hours of keeping something cold or hot. So really dual use when it comes down to it. And the UV on top of that. It's kind of a no-brainer to me.
That's really cool. Yeah. It's really, especially now. Okay, good. I love it. Well, Greg, I think I'm going to piggyback off you here because I am excited because I want to talk to all of you about PPE a little bit because this year back to school is so unique. You know, we have to think about these things. In fact, I tweeted about this not too long ago. I know Suzanne Brown, who's joining me on Twitter Live right now, has seen. I tweeted about this of like basically my back to school shopping list for my 3 kids now is masks, and more masks because at our school we have a mask mandate. I know a lot of you do, and it's like which mask do you send your kids in, right? Because I don't know about you, I'm sure your pals start to look like me. I have bought so many different types of masks for my kids, of like, you know, from like these like surgical masks to like everything to washable, and it's like I've done all this research to find you, which I think is going to get you closer to finding the right decision for you and your child. So here I'm going to start with, I'm going to show, and this is based on, inspired somewhat by like Greg, what you were talking about, of UV light. So this bag that you see, now this I got off Amazon, and I put a link. If you're joining us on Amazon Live, you can see it on our list. But I bought this a while ago, and I have been using it nonstop. And the really cool thing about this, Greg, that you'll love, is it's got a UV light built in. And so this thing you can put in your car, which I have. It folds up really small, but you can charge it by USB charging. It can also plug into a wall. You can also plug it into that cigarette lighter in your car too. So, you know, you have a lot of options to keep this charging. And I love this because let's say like when we went to Yosemite, the kids would have, you know, their mask when they went indoors or whatever. And then afterwards we just stick it in here and we would zap them, just like Greg said with his water bottle. But let me show you about some of the masks that I think you should be paying attention to. First off, this is an N95 mask. Now, you may have seen that this year, the medical professionals are recommending that if our kids can wear them safely and be comfortable with them, an N95 will give them the best protection. And so this is a disposable N95. I love it because obviously it comes in different colors, comes in pink and yellow and orange. And this is blue because my kids love blue. And it comes with a nose thing right here. So it's got that wire thing. It is N95. This one's actually, I bought this one. It's Lutema makes it. It's made in the US, which I really love. And the thing about this, though, is it fits everywhere underneath, but the nose portion isn't perfect. You know, some of my kids have more of a bridge. Some of them have no bridge. So that part's kind of like not so good. So I bought these things, Greg, which I'm super excited to show you because these are these like little foamy things that you can buy up Amazon. Like a whole huge pack of them is like $9 something. And so they come with double-sided 3M tape. You just take the tape off and you put them inside your mask and it's a perfect seal.
That is so cool.
Super, super cool. So I think parents, if you haven't tried this, you should definitely try it. Now, if you prefer like a cloth mask, I want to put this one on your radar. Okay. This is by a company called Graf Lance. It's made here in Southern California in Los Angeles. And it is 100% organic cotton. And it even comes with a filter pocket. Now, they come in different sizes. This is the petite size. And I recommend this because this fits my 7-year-old all the way to me. So it's really, really comfortable. And you notice the design doesn't look like your typical mask. It's actually called an origami design. So that way they can speak. And my kids actually, this is their favorite mask. This is the most comfortable mask that I've got them to wear. And so anytime we go out and they need a mask, they always ask for this. And these come in all sorts of different rainbow different colors. Again, my kids like blue. So I have picked blue here for all of you to see. And you see, it comes in yellow and orange. And, they go on sale quite often too. So you have to take a look at it. But I'm a big fan of those types of masks because they were also ranked, I think, recently as most durable mask. So you can put this in the wash and wash them over and over again. And they still keep their nice, happy, bright colors. And they're really sturdy, nice and thick. So I like that. But I will tell you, Greg, this is another thing that parents, some of us work, some of our kids are different sizes and they tend not to, keep their mask on their faces. And especially if it pulls at their ears, it can be super uncomfortable. I mean, even for adults, right? We don't like that either.
Right.
This thing I love too. I don't show you so many things, but I'm telling you, I'm always showing you the good stuff because I've done so much research and development on my kids on which one makes sense. These are by Velcro. Okay. Super, super inexpensive. But let me tell you, you're going to find all these like really cool, fancy, different style, like kids style things. These are the best things ever. I'm going to show you on this mask. So what it is, you take out one of these and they go like this on the back of a mask. I'll put them here. And so I put this one's black, but like each of my kids, they might have blue one, red one. And so they're Velcro. And so when you put them on the back of their heads, then these straps basically just sort of go over and above their ears, but don't pull at their ears at all because this is on the back of their heads. It's super comfortable. It's also stretchy, so you don't have to worry. And it's super easy for them to take off. And here's the best part is that they're machine washable too. So you can use them over and over again. So highly recommend parents that you take a look at them. I recommend the rainbow pack because obviously super cute colors, but also you can color coordinate and figure out which one for which child. So that's on my Amazon back to school list with Greg. And as well as these. Now, you might be wondering what these are. These are super cool. Okay, so my kids at schools, their color is green, so I got them in green. But we've also heard that with Delta, there's a lot of concern of not only, obviously, it's a respiratory disease. It can go into their breathe, into their mouths, of course. But also, so my dad's, doctor at the hospital was saying, that we see hospital professionals wearing sort of safety goggles. Now, they have those like more stronger goggles. Our kids are going to wear them necessarily because they're not that comfortable, but these are super cool. And these are really comfortable. They're anti-fog, and they're really light to wear, and they come in all these cool colors. And these are really inexpensive. They're like usually around $10. And you can also wear them for a science class too. So they're sort of dual purpose. But I think the key thing is if your kids will wear them, that's probably the one that you want to look at. And again, all these things you can basically just stick in this bag and just, use that UV light at the end of the day. And, you can keep them clean. Also, I would say this too. I'm sure, Greg, you have a whole bunch of these, but as parents, we sort of live and die with these. We have these everywhere. So these wet ones, these are also, I've shopped around. I actually prefer to buy them at Amazon because I feel like they're less expensive and they get here really fast. But this is the one. This one actually smells like pina colada. So I'm not gonna lie, this is the one that I get every time if we can. If it's cheaper, sometimes I buy these. These are like normal scent, but these smell like candy. So my kids love these. So you might want to check these out. These are available at Amazon, of course. But it sure beats wearing one of these things, which we know are really safe, but no kid really wants to wear this kind of stuff. But take a look at those. Those are my hints of what you can find. But Greg, you probably know we've got some other things to share with you.
Yes,
and this is something that, you and I have been talking about back in. So I was on the pursuit of finding the best mask possible. And so do you want to see what I found so far?
Yes, I do. And that's why I love everything you just said right now, too, just walking through all of those different kinds. I didn't even know all that aftermarket stuff was available because even I have some masks where like the nose doesn't fit right, but the mask is good. Like I'm going to pick up some of that stuff. But these things, I know you have been doing your research and I have not seen any of these in person. I know that we're going to show. Again, I don't want to spoil.
Okay, cool.
I'll stop talking.
I know. I feel like we should have a drum roll. Okay. All of you have been tuning in. You're going to get a kick out. These, I was on a pursuit for the best mask possible. And of course, they're kind of geeky, but they're so cool. Now, we're looking for smart masks, right? So you've probably seen will.i.am had this really cool mask. It has like MP3 speakers, like music things, all this stuff. It has fans built in. But get this, I'm going to show you first off what Philips. So Philips created these masks. It's called the Breeze mask, okay? And the model here is the ACM 066. Yes, ACM 066. And this is what it looks like. All right. This is a brand, it's a mask by Philips, which, as you know, Greg, just made your fancy water bottle too. This is by Philips. And if you turn it around in back, it has a motor built in that is rechargeable, USB-C on this thing, and also has these really cool filters that clip right on in. And these are N95 filters, which is cool. They've got that really cool foam thing, right? This is what inspired my foam, getting that foam for masks. I saw this in here. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. And so the filters are removable, and you can change them up. These come with the stretchy little ear things, which is cool. But here's the really cool thing. Now this thing, you might like, what is that? This is actually a fan, and there's 3 settings. So there's low, and then medium and high. You can kind of hear it a little bit. And then, of course, to turn it off. Let me tell you, when you're wearing a mask for a very long period of time, especially an N95 mask, they do get hot. And I know, Greg, where you are, it's pretty toasty, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty warm here. It's not supposed to be warm here, but it has been pretty warm. And yeah, masks get sweaty. I think we've all experienced the face sweat that comes with it. And I've had to do some traveling for work also, where I've had to take a plane ride, and you're required to wear your mask from the second you go into an airport to the second you get out. So that could be like 8 hours, and masks get really sweaty and gnarly after that amount of time. To have a fan on it, like that's worth it, just that alone, let alone everything else, that it has in there. I really, really want to get one of these because I feel like
these are cool.
We're going to be having these for quite a long time. Let's be honest. We're going to be wearing masks for a while. So that seems like a really good investment to me.
I think you will love this too because this one now Sadiq is saying it sounds like Darth Vader's helmet sound, but actually that's because I put it super close to this super strong microphone. But I will tell you, you will not be able to hear this. So walking around talking to people, it's super comfortable, it's super light, and it's almost silent, especially with regular ambient noise. The other thing I will say is I'm showing you the black one because I'm here with Greg and I figure he would appreciate this. But for kids, it comes in a smaller size, in a kid size, and it comes in pink and blue, which is super cute too. So do take a look at that if you're a parent, especially if you have kids, that are going to be in class all day. This is a very comfortable mask. But wait,
I mean, if they had the add-on that did make you sound like Darth Vader, I would not be opposed to that either. So
I know, right? That would be super cool. I know, and I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I could bling this out. Like my kids right now are really into Among Us. I could put like Among Us, like decal right there. It comes with a charger. It comes with a charger, so that you can charge it up in a little So there's a pink one you can see, super cute, and it comes in blue too, which is really really pretty blue. Okay,
that is cool.
So this is really cool. Now I will say, Greg, you might want to know the bad news on this. So I'm going to tell you the bad news. Okay, the bad news is, unfortunately, it's not available here in the United States, but it is available on Asia. I did find it on the Amazon Japan site. So I believe you can actually have it delivered from the Amazon Japan site to here in the United States. But that's an option if that's what you're looking for. Okay. But let me show you now my favorite mask and what my kids love. Okay. And I know, Greg, you've been excited about seeing this one. This one's by LG. And I think you actually talked about this at a previous show. And I was like, I have that on order. And so take a look at this mask. Now, Sadiq, you're going to go bonkers. Those of you who are into Star Wars, you're going to go bonkers. This is the LG mask. Okay. This not only has, you'll see previously, we talked about one fan, right? This thing has two fans. All right. This thing has a plastic shell. And it has two different HEPA filter fans. They will pop out. And you'll see there's a HEPA filter. I can't really see, but there's a HEPA filter on there. And then you've got two of these little pockets right here, which are fans. And on the back of it has this hospital grade, medical grade silicone that is magnetic. Cool. It comes off magnetic like that. By the way, you're looking at it, and I thought this too when I first saw this. I'm like, I must be heavy to wear. This is not heavy. This is like feather light. It's super, super light. Even with the dual fan, it's super light. There is a recharging little hole right there for USB-C on this thing. So those of you who are like me who have a laptop, I just showed laptop charger. I don't know if I should do that, Greg, though. But that's that. And then here it goes right in. And there's a disposable filter that goes in as well. This thing is N99.99. This is what they're saying, which is crazy. So that's perfect. But the most beautiful thing about this is obviously an adult mask. Okay. However, this thing is the first mask that I put on my 7-year-old, and I have a small 7-year-old. He's not a big guy. He's a little guy, a little 7-year-old. And this fits him perfectly. The seal's actually perfect because of this hospital medical grade silicone, which never in another mask, every other mask I had to do some sort of tweaking to make it perfect. This is actually perfect. And it comes with, it comes with the ear thingy in the back. So actually it can just hook up to the back here. Oh, well, when you're wearing it, it works out perfectly. And it's actually super comfortable. So it's super light, super comfortable. And check this out. This is kind of cool. I think you might appreciate this, Greg. It is kind of bling worthy because when you turn it on, it glows green.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Okay. So it's super comfortable. I will wear this one for you because this is my favorite mask.
Oh, this is good because what I was going to ask is, what do you sound like when you're wearing that? So we can test this out live right now.
We're going to test this live. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so I guess a new version of this is going to have a microphone built in, so it's even more clear. But it
doesn't sound that bad, though. I figured you'd be really muffled with all of that going on.
Yes, and this is on the level 2 fan. So this is actually on the one where you're supposed to be walking and moving quickly. So it's on level 2. So it's actually still really clear, but it's, let me just tell you, if you got to wear a mask all day, this is the baby because it's so comfortable. And so what's great about this, it can fit your little kids. Because like, I guess I don't know if it would fit toddlers, but I know my 7-year-old, he's small for his size, for his age. He's small and it fits him perfectly. Obviously, it fits my 12-year-old just fine. It fits me just fine. My husband wears it and it's just fine on him. But it's amazing how comfortable the fan is. I think that's a big game changer for yours. So, yeah.
I think that is so cool. And I will say, Curtis and I were just talking in our side chat that it does look kind of like a Bane mask, which makes it even cooler in my mind.
It is really cool.
It's
It is
cool.
really cool. And the thing is, it's so light. I think that's the thing is like if you're looking at it from me here, right? You're thinking, Greg, it's heavy, but it's so light. I mean, it's not as light as obviously this thing would be, like a surgical mask, you know?
Yeah.
But like the difference between these two is not that different.
I think that's really cool. And it seems like it's durable too, because if it's a plastic shell, you're probably not going to break it that easy.
Yeah.
Something that I worry about. But with 2 fans and traveling, that is two filters.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
cool.
99.99%. That's pretty odd. I mean, this is as I'm guessing this is as safe as a mask could get. I don't know. I mean, I know you sent me that new one from Razer, so we'll definitely hopefully we get a chance to check that out.
Yeah, Razer's got theirs. That's going to be coming out. Project or Zephyr, the Razer Zephyr. So that's another one. And that one's got like some RGB lights on it too. But both of these last two that you've shown seem like that's something that would be worth the investment. Again, realizing we're going to be wearing masks for quite a long time. I mean, why not get something good and nice that you can travel in and you're not like sweating and feeling, wanting to scratch your face constantly because of those other masks that get itchy after a while. These are cool. I am so glad you've done all this research.
But hold on, there's more. Okay, there's more. You're going to love this. So you know how like on the airplane, right? And even in schools now, a lot of them aren't allowing you to have things that look like this on the front of your mask, right? Because they're saying like this. So Sadiq is asking, is this TSA? Is this certified? Well, here's the thing is airplanes and schools get really nervous when they see things on your mask. So I was thinking, okay, so how is this going to feel if I do this and I have to put a surgical mask over it? Right? Because then all of a sudden the airlines are more comfortable because I got a surgical mask on top of it. And then like, would it still give me that? Would the fans still work really well? Right? So if you go like this, now it's going to look kind of funny, but I did try it and it works just as well. So it works just as well with the fan, even though you got this thing sticking on top of your fan in both this one and this one. They both work just fine. So to answer your question, Sadiq, I don't know because I haven't flown on an airplane with either of these, but I would think that if they had this over it, right, then you really have no argument because essentially you're double masked. And I would think a double mask would be perfectly fine on an airplane. But the question is, I guess, Sadiq, I think the question would be too is, would it go through the security monitors, right? Because this thing has metal in it. So maybe what you have to do, unfortunately, if you're going to go on a plane, I would think then you would probably wear one of these crazy looking things on the plane, right? And then after you go through security, then try to like, and then switch it on. And then if people get real nervous, then put the, double it on top. Because I mean, I feel like having the double actually made pretty much no impact to the comfort, but then like you'll basically be sitting on that plane and be like feeling like you had like air conditioning for your face while you were protected by N95 masks, which is pretty cool.
So cool. Yeah, air conditioning for your face. That's a good tagline they should have used for that. That's a good tagline.
They should call us for that. But, Sadiq, that's a good question because I know this type of stuff works just fine on planes. I don't know because, I mean, Greg probably knows better than I do on that. But obviously there's a motor in this thing. But I was surprised by how small. So good job, LG, and good job, Philips. And that's another thing is I saw different masks online that look like this, but then the reviews were kind of shoddy and they weren't made by obviously Philips or LG. So I wasn't sure about it. So I didn't make that investment because I didn't really want to waste more of my back to school budget.
Yeah, especially for something like that, when you're buying, a high-end mask that's serving a real purpose like that, I probably would stay away from, and this is nothing against some of the third-party sellers. I'm sure some of them are the smaller companies, they may make a very good product too that has some reviews on them. But Philips and LG, those are two very solid tech names that probably have a lot of research and development behind it to make those ones. And like you said, they're both light, they both have fans, they both have, exceptional filtering abilities. Those are cool. Really cool.
And they look cool. I mean, you only have to get over. I mean, you just have to get over the fact that people are going to stare at you. At least in the beginning. They're going to be like, "What's that?"
Well, and I feel like we're going to get to that point too, because a year and a half ago, you'd be like, "Wow, that's really dorky," that you're wearing that. But now we understand the very big importance of that, and I think maybe we'll get to see some more companies too coming along with that, because with Razer coming out with theirs, which that one, for anybody who wants to take a look at it, I didn't grab any B-roll of it, but you can actually sign up for their beta program. So it's for the Razer Zephyr, and you can sign up and maybe get a chance to test one of them out and try them. Winnie and I are both going to attempt to try those out as well. So, but it's just cool, seeing these different things. I'm just so glad. Oh, of course, Curtis was on it. There we go. Yeah. There's the Zephyr right there. So that's their version.
Hopefully you get it's called Project Hazel. And by the way, I will say, here's the thing with the LG too. The LG is actually coming up with their second revision of this. I know Greg shared it on a previous show of ours as well. Yeah. But the new one is supposed to have the microphone built in. It still has a dual fan. It's also a little bit smaller than this. So if you're looking to do that, but I will say, if you can get your hands on this right now, I obviously got it for a lot less than it's MSRP, because this is like going out, right? For the new ones are coming in. Now, I will say this too. I think Greg knows this. The new ones, I think, are going to launch in Thailand, but I don't know where else you're going to be able to get these right now. I did actually have my cousin sent these from Taiwan for me. And so I was lucky enough to get one of these. So, that's what we're looking at right now. I think this is like the future though. These are super cool. And these, I'm going to tell you, like the financial pro in me, right? So they come with these disposable filters, right? And so I was figuring, like, if I couldn't get them right away, you probably, I don't know if it's okay, probably just cut one of these up temporarily to fit inside my mask.
Kind of rig something up.
If I get an N95 one, because as long as it fits that sort of, or stick them together and then make sure.
Yeah, cut them up to fit right in there. Wow, very, very cool. Yeah, so which one are you going to wear more?
Well, I will tell you, this is probably, for my family, we love this one right in here. But my kids also love the little blue ones, the little blue N95s that we get on Amazon. Those are a favorite of theirs too, because those are very light as well. But I think it just depends on how long. But if you're wearing it for a long time, then I would recommend the LG mask. I think for duration, it's pretty cool. And I will say that 1 fan, 2 fan, dramatic difference in coolness and comfort.
Air conditioning for your face.
Yeah, I wore this to my doctor's office for my checkup recently, and I was like, it kind of tugged at my ear a little bit longer than I wanted to. So I was like, I should have brought this thing.
Yeah, get the add-ons there to fix that up. Well, so cool. I thank you, Winnie, so much for going through all that and getting these products to show them off. I mean, that was highly informative, actually, just of all the different kinds of masks that are available and that you've been using, especially probably for people out there with kids too. We're going through the same thing you are, of them wanting to take their masks off or not being comfortable. And this seems like some really good options.
Thank you. I'm channeling my Greg Nibbler today. So I was like, okay, what was Greg? Yeah, and also as a parent, you want to make sure your kids are protected, but also, more so importantly, they always say the best mask for your kids is the one that they're willing to wear. And so I figured, if they're going to be in school for like 7-8 hours a day, I just want to make sure that they had something that they were comfortable with. I was comfortable in terms of protection, and something that really, really make this experience, which we know is so challenging already, a little bit better. And let me just tell you, this thing is like, my son's like, that looks like Tesla made it. It's so cool. My 12-year-old, he's thinking it's pretty cool. So again, that's a cool mom award today. So it's good.
Nice. Well, awesome. I mean, this whole show has been really fun too, just talking about this. And I want to talk to, everybody out there who's watching. thank you for commenting along too, and letting us know, what you think as we talk about all these products and go through all of this. And and we are live on Amazon. So if you do want to pick up any of the things that we were talking about, especially some of those back to school tech ideas, you can go there and click on that, pick them up. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. And I'm sure, Winnie, you'll be open to take some questions too if people have more questions about some of the stuff that you just showed us.
Absolutely. We would love to. Yeah, we love sharing this with you. And obviously there's so many cool things on Amazon that we want to talk about. And it just kind of goes hand in hand. We want to make sure that you had good resources and you knew where to turn to. So thank you so much, for tuning in with us. And thank you for spending time with us. Yeah. And most important, Greg, I know you have a trip coming up. So, safe travels too.
I'm going on a little trip this week, which is why I thank everybody too for joining us on a Tuesday instead of our normal Thursday. Really, really appreciate that. But we will be back next week at our regular Thursday time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. And if you're watching live, thank you. Tell a friend. Of course, if you want to like and share the show, that's always a great way too. But always hit us up. This show is, it's Winnie and I are hosting, but we're with you each week. I mean, this is an interactive show. We're live on all these different platforms. So wherever you are, you have a platform you think we should be on, let us know. Maybe we'll try to get on that platform too. So it's just always a lot of fun. And thanks to everybody who joins us. Appreciate it greatly. And I think that's probably it for this week, but feel free to watch back through and check on some of the stuff. If you want more information on anything we talked about, hit us up. But Winnie, I think that's about it. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Winnie. Thanks, Curtis. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Greg. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, our friends, for watching, and have a great week. We'll see you next week.